You're kind of
He's
blowing it
fine.
out.
He's fine. I can hear him now. Miss you. Welcome to the server.
Thank you.
Yeah, what country are you from?
I'm Romanian.
Okay, and what's your belief in the shape of the Earth?
Or are you here to debate something different? Because there's other things on the table as well.
Oh, his mic's gone again. Oh, you're cutting out, Mishu.
Please don't say that. I really don't want to hear.
Hold on, let him speak. Mishu. Am I saying that right, yeah? Mishu.
Mishu.
He's cutting out anyway, I think. Probably scarpered. Probably gone to refresh. But yeah, I mean, again, there's always going to be another Mishu, right? And again, that's what you guys used to be like, right? You were once like Mishu, on a quest to show flat earthers that you knew more than the flat earther, right?
No, I've never been on that quest, Kima.
Oh, well, yeah, you used to think, oh, I can outsmart the flat earthers, I can show that they're stupid, I can provide global evidence.
No, Kima, I don't need to show that they're stupid. You are fully capable, all on your little onesie, of doing that by yourself.
Yes.
All right, so look, you don't need my help, right? I'm just here to observe, have a laugh, meet some interesting people, have some good conversations, and just marvel at the depths of mental illness at times, you know? Sometimes it gets pretty crazy.
It may look like that now, but I remember you used to say, "Oh, well, we can get you help. We can refer you to people.
Oh,
there are people who
we could, but you don't want help."
But that never happened, all right? So you were once like,
of course not. You wouldn't let something like that happen.
The flat earther. Now you realise that you can't help the flat earther. You've realised that you were wrong. Okay, you've given up, which is the right thing to do.
No.
Because trying to prove a flat earther that they are wrong is going to be very difficult. Okay,
you're losing flat earthers left, right, and center. What are you talking about? You just lost Merle.
Furious.
Merle's not a flat earther anymore. He's a.
And we're going to say response here from Mishu. Mishu will
he's decided that he's in some.
He
ain't a globe earther, but he ain't a flat earther. He's decided it's some sort of weird inverted thing.
Well, let's just have fun.
Like an inside-out Earth of some sort?
The whole idea was to have fun from the beginning.
A sky sphere or something? I don't know. It was kind of weird, but he definitely was pretty clear in saying that flat Earth is not correct. He's moved on to a different version of wrong.
I hope possibly that it had something to do with, in the last couple of nights, I've been trying to explain to him how the atmosphere works, and he was agreeing with me. No,
maybe
Merle.
He had a whole Merle. Yeah, I'm saying maybe he did just last night, or I think was saying like what he was saying was still bizarre. Like he's sort of wrong still, but it's wrong 2.0. But it's not flat, right? So I mean, hey, Chemo, you're losing people. You lost Ranty. Right, you got a whole bunch of your poor casualties of the flat Earth that still hang out in here that used to be flat earthers and they're not anymore. So, like, I mean, I don't know what you're saying. It seems like your numbers are dwindling, and you know, you're losing left, right, and center to everybody. You can't get anybody to engage with you. No one will take you seriously anymore. It's sad. It's so sad that but I mean, you know, is what it is, right? I mean, obviously the truth will win in the end, and you don't have it, so you'll lose.
Well,
the funny thing is, hang on.
I just want to respond.
No.
The idea is that this has never been a debate, and that's what we've been trying to tell you. Now, it takes you globe earthers a while to catch up and realise that there's no debate. So just like you in the beginning, you were on a quest to try and No. Just like in the beginning, you were on a quest.
No, I was
there was something
in the
wrong,
my beginning of coming here, Chemo. You must realize no. Yeah, but you're already wrong. So I'm gonna correct you before. Look, you can be that's good.
Finished.
Well, hurry up and come already, then. All right. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna
almost finished.
So here's the thing.
I'm nearly there.
Here's the thing. You're nearly there. Nearly there. Keep the fucking.
Almost there. So the idea is, like I said, this has never been a debate. It's been us raising awareness to globe earthers. And like I say, catch up by realising at some time later on Well, there's no debate. I can't get anywhere with this flat earther, which is what we tried to point out in the beginning. You guys make the claim, so unless you can provide evidence of your wild claim, there's not a debate to be had. So of course we expect, as I said, you to enter into this as you did. You know, we can help you guys, we can refer you to physicians, we can help you see the errors of your ways. That was short-lived, and now here we are with you saying, oh, well, we refuse to help you now, we're just going to mock you, which is what we expect, because there is no discussion in the first place.
I was on a mission for content for the Non Sequitur show. That's what brought me here. To find loony bins that would come on the show and debate a useless proposition because it was entertaining and it clicks.
Yeah, that's not how we had our first discussions. You were saying, we can help you, we can refer you to these people.
No, I was saying there are people who probably could help you.
We can set you on the right path, we can make you understand things and be more clear
and
about the world perspective.
And look,
failed.
No, it didn't fail. The help was refuted. It's not going to be forced upon you. That's not a failure.
What are they going to help us with? What would you say we need help with?
Recognizing reality.
A straight line bend?
I don't know. I think, Brian, maybe a therapist could help you.
Is understanding a straight line bends part of the therapy?
No, I think understanding delusion would be part of the therapy.
Are you saying we should accept a straight line bends?
I'm pretty sure I'm saying you're delusional.
No. Answer the
Yeah,
question.
no, I just definitely just did say you were delusional.
Delusional about what? A straight line not bending, and that's delusion, is it?
For the reason you're stating that, yes.
Who is deluded here? Us or you? You think straight lines fucking bend?
Do I think that? How do you know my thoughts?
Yes, you do. You have to if you believe in a fucking ludicrous spinning ball.
No.
Now, who is delusional?
Well, I got a quick question.
Because
Are there
a
balls?
straight
I mean, do
line
balls
is
exist?
fucking straight and it never bends.
Do balls
Else
exist?
it would be called, funnily enough, a bent line.
Yes. Do balls exist?
Fucking morons. You're the ones that are delusional. Get it in your fucking heads.
See, you kind of don't even believe in the geometry of spheres, yet spheres exist
bend.
and geometry works on spheres. Why are you so confused?
No, it fucking doesn't. Because you haven't.
Okay, so
got
you can't measure a sphere.
Straight line when you're using the surface of your curved fucking ball.
So you can't measure a ball. I understand. That's very enlightened of you that you can't measure a ball.
You cannot do triangulation with one curved fucking side. It all has to be straight sides.
Interesting way to go about that. So, Brian, interesting way to go about that. Take cities on each continent with their known distances and construct a map using straight lines, using those known distances scaled down to strings, let's say, and see if you can make a proper map out of it. That'll show you that the straight lines that you're referring to are over a 2D surface of a globe, as opposed to being on a flat plane.
2D.
Because all surfaces are
and height
because all
of the curvature. It cannot
surface
be
is not
two-dimensional. You thick cunt.
Brian, a surface has no depth. A surface is just a 2D manifold.
A curved surface has got depth.
A surface has no depth. No, a surface does not have depth.
A surface has got depth, hasn't it?
No, a curved surface has no depth. A surface, by definition, has no depth.
A curved surface has got depth, hasn't it?
No.
Yes, it has.
A 3D shape has depth. A surface does not.
Curved surface has got width, breadth, and height.
What is the depth of the surface of Earth?
What are the dimensions of that depth and that realm of depth, the area of depth?
There
Then it
isn't
has.
any. It's as flat as a witch's tit.
Good.
No,
Then if it, you dumb fuck.
Rabbit, in the globe model, what is the depth of the surface of Earth?
I'm not interested in that. I'm saying if you are using a curved surface at any dimensions, it is 3-dimensional.
A surface is a 2D manifold.
No, it's not. It is 3 dimensions, and this is how they've pickled your fucking
Not going
brain.
to go anywhere.
Okay.
Because
if
you
he-
have
if
got
that-
width,
Rabbit's wrong.
depth,
We know
and
that.
height,
If he can't
and it is
if he can't understand it and he won't shut up, I guess I'll just sit back and let him listen to him yell.
It won't,
You'll
we
have to,
can't do
mate.
anything with
Get
them. We
it
can't help
into your
them.
head. They
We've
have
been through
fucking
this
lied
with
to
these
you.
people. They
100%.
refuse to understand. They think they're right. That they can die being wrong. It's what can we do?
They don't refuse to understand. They're just mentally fucking retarded. They can get help, but they choose not to.
Get help to what? Understand a bent line is straight.
Get help with your psychosis.
I mean, a straight line is fucking bent. You're the
A
ones that need help. You don't understand it.
Thank
A
you for
straight
your
line-
editorial, Brian.
You think a curved surface is 2-dimensional, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but
It's
when
a
you're
dog.
ranting, so here's the thing,
It's just
Brian.
got
When you
fucking
rant
height.
like this, when you rant like this, you only make sense to yourself, and everybody else here's a crazy person, and that's the reason why you probably
Because you
should get
cunt,
help.
You not
Dunning-Kruger.
fucking listen.
It's not
you're
even
on
Dunning-Kruger. It's delusion,
There are
right? Like
two-
Dunning-Kruger is a rational, sane person who thinks they know a little bit more than they do, and they make a mistake, and they
Which is where this
overestimate whatever.
There are
Backlog
2
is.
options here.
But,
you
but
either
this
are
is
perpetrators
delusional,
of
right?
this
It's
fucking
not.
deception.
It's not just Dunning-Kruger.
You are either perpetrators
Dunning-Kruger
of this
has led
deception,
him to this
or
delusion.
you are so deep.
I mean, it probably is a
in
component,
their
but
religion, you cannot see the truth.
I mean, listen to the guy. There's clearly other problems going on
Holy
as well,
Oh, yeah. Big time.
right? I mean, it's very clear. It's unclear to him, and it's very
I know
sad.
you're
I
putting
feel
a
bad.
fucking act on twat.
No,
I know exactly
look,
what you do.
I feel badly for you.
showed
Brian.
your
Look,
fucking,
you all look.
you showed
think,
your cards. You're
yeah,
a
you
fucking
think that
actor
everybody's.
and nothing
You
else.
think everybody's a crisis actor. You are delusional.
You are a crisis fucking actor, you lying piece of shit. You know that.
And you are the poster child for Dunning-Kruger, you
I wish,
asshole.
you know what? I wish I was. Actors would
You
probably
are
get paid
deceiving
decent.
humanity, your own fucking species. You are deceiving. Now you should be fucking very happy at that.
Oh
You
my
lying
god.
Pieces of
Right?
shit.
Hey, how are you, Dr. Brian? How are you?
Dr.
Tired,
Brian, you are proving to yourself that society, a very small part of the population, is fucked in the head. Keep going. I love it.
No, a very large slice of the population is completely fucked in the head
And again,
By
here's
our-
the Dunning-Kruger.
by our fucking what is alleged to be our education system, which is no more than an indoctrination system into their fucking lies and deception. Now, if you want to stay in it by all fucking means. I know a straight line is fucking straight. You think it's fucking bent. You think a curved surface is 2-dimensional. It's not. It's 3. I can assure you. Because it's got a fucking hump in the middle. So it's 3 dimensions.
I'm going to give you.
What do we have to do to get
But you're
Rabbit?
wrong.
You cannot get out of
Mabbit,
it.
you only have to use a 3D program to know that that's wrong. Sorry, but
I
it
don't.
is.
It is
How do we get
3-dimensional.
Babbitt for Minister of Education over there?
Fucking thick cunts, all of
You can have
Or
2-dimensional
you're
surfaces.
lying, deceiving.
You can have
fake,
2-dimensional
deceiving.
surfaces in a 3D program, Brian.
One or
And
the
just
other.
saying that you can't and you're wrong is just silly. You might as well say there's no such thing as park benches.
And Mebbit, you just said thick cunts earlier. Poster child for Dunning-Kruger. Thank you.
Try and wrap a piece of paper over a curved surface.
Oh, here we go again.
Try it. See what you get.
You're gonna get wrinkles.
Exactly. It is not a 2-dimensional object. It is a 3-dimensional object.
The
But you are
paper's not a
wrapping a
two-dimensional
two-dimensional
No
object.
shit, Sherlock.
around.
You seem to be
Now,
misunderstanding with the
You've
difference
got to
between a
fucking
shape and a
work with
surface.
that
No,
because
Brian.
they've lied to
Brian,
you.
listen for a second. You're not distinguishing between a shape and a surface. That is your problem.
I don't give a fuck. A curved surface has got
Okay.
3 dimensions. It has got width, breadth, and height.
It does.
Explain to me the height of a surface.
The height is the curvature.
No.
Dropping
Okay, let's
away
try this.
from you.
Oh my God.
So it is.
I'm gonna try this one more time, and then I'll be done. I promise, Kurt. Brian Mabbitt, I'm gonna give you a theoretical sphere. That
Don't
is
give me a theoretical sphere. Don't fill my head with your fucking nonsense anymore.
I was saying,
Okay.
oh my
Cleared
God,
my
to
head.
his
Not
unbelievable
watching TV
ignorance
for the last
and,
fucking 8
you know,
years.
just
I have cleared
his
my head of their crap.
commitment to stupidity.
It is fucking
I concur with
nonsense.
That's what I was commenting on. Mabbit, you're
Okay.
hopeless, dude. Go ahead.
Good.
in that case we'll say in that
You
case we'll
will be
say a
proved
football.
wrong.
Mabbitt, in that case, not a
100%.
theoretical sphere.
Brian,
We'll
shut up.
discuss.
Brian, shut
Right.
up. You will be proved wrong very shortly.
Yeah.
Very shortly, and you all will have to eat your own fucking ludicrous words. Like a bent line is a straight line is fucking bent. Like a curve is a 2-dimensional surface, you thick cunts. You will have to fucking eat your words.
Well,
End of my
at least we've all had the opportunity to eat the latter or the previous. You won't get to because you're fucked in the head. That might take a while to sink in because you're dumb as fuck. So, I'll catch you shortly.
What other secrets and insights do you have, Brian? Mabbit, that is.
Mike Zant.
Oh, sorry. Was my typing coming through?
Yep.
Okay. Pardon me.
Brian's gone curved.
Good deal.
He broke his microwave in anger. Has to go get another one.
What's this about a microwave?
He's
Yeah,
been
he
clamped
punched.
out in his microwave for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, he
a few
punched his
years.
microwave because he thought it was the monitor of his computer.
So Larry, you understand that all the evidence that you think you have for a globe is circumstantial. It's not concrete.
Except every time I measure it, I end up with concrete measurement. Hardly circumstantial. You know, the South Pole does exist. We'll go there. Yeah, thank you.
Well,
I'm actually interested in Larry. What is a circumstantial measurement? Have you heard of such a thing?
Yeah, circumstantial measurement is exactly what Flat Earth says. Looks flat. That's circumstantial. Yeah, it kind of looks flat. Doesn't measure flat. Yeah, but it looks flat.
No, that's what you're doing. It seems to measure curve, but is not actually curvature that you're measuring.
Then could you take my data and tell me where I went wrong?
Yes, you didn't.
Good. Yes, you could. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, you didn't establish a horizontal. Very important. Establishing.
Oh
a
no,
horizontal.
that's where you're wrong, Mr. Chemo, because we know horizontal and vertical are at 90 degrees. You establish one, you have the other. Just like when an auto level establishes the horizontal because it's responding to the vertical gravity vector. There you go. So any flat earther out there that has an auto level is using gravity vector to establish the horizontal without looking at an horizon.
But this is the whole point, is that because there is no physical horizon, all calculations are off table, right?
There is a physical horizon, and yeah, when I'm in the middle of the Shenandoah Valley, I cannot see the ocean horizon because I got terrain, but I can establish vertical, and as you've said, it's 90 degrees to vertical. There you go. So
Yeah, but
getting vertical, just like a carpenter when he makes a level table, he doesn't observe a horizon. He uses the gravity vector that centers up his bubble. And that's how he gets horizontal, because it's 90 degrees to it. So anybody make leveling up a pool table? Do they establish a horizontal plane, or do they use vertical? They use vertical because that is absolutely equivalent to establishing horizontal, because it's an absolute rigid 90 degrees. You establish one, you have the other. You don't have to observe the ocean horizon to get horizontal. All you need to do is establish vertical, and you have 90 degrees to it, which you've all agreed is true. So yeah, when I align my instrument to vertical, then horizontal is defined. So
what do you need the horizon for anyway? What's the relationship between horizon and horizontal?
No, I mean, it doesn't have to have any connection, but what the first step we need to establish is the horizon. Is that horizon?
No, I see, and that is where you're simply incorrect in concept.
Well, let's think about it. If we establish that the horizon is not physical, there's no drop beyond that, then any calculations after that are relevant.
Well, then go ahead and establish that. Go ahead, do that for us, because we have it all figured out, and we have satellites in the South Pole, and so we got shape.
You're jumping all over the place.
We're moving on to dimension. We have shape.
Yeah, you're jumping all over the place. Let's stick to the first point. We have to agree, or we have to understand that the horizon, when something's obstructed behind it, basically, that's not a physical obstruction.
And there is a false statement.
Exactly. Sorry, this is what you need to understand about the argument, that the horizon is not physical. That's why geometry cannot be performed on it.
That's why we use vertical, because the horizon is too difficult to observe or establish. But people using a sextant actually do use the horizon, because that's all they have, because they're on a boat. And yeah, they confer to their tables, and they correct for using the observed horizon, and they correct for that. And it's right there in the tables, right there in the spherical trig of the sextant manuals. They're the only ones who really rely on horizon for a point of reference. Everybody else uses the gravity vector. Whether it's
may be the case, but I'm not saying that it relies on, but I mean, again, this is it's not that difficult, Larry. If the first port of call is that the horizon is not physical, so you and I both know it's not physical. It fluctuates, it moves all over the place.
Just because it fluctuates.
Even at the horizon,
you said it fluctuates. It is a thing.
The horizon fluctuates.
And it fluctuates in its appearance due to the optics of atmosphere. That is a thing that is optically being moved around by the atmosphere. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just means it's hard to observe.
Let's try another way. So at no point ever are objects obstructed by Earth curvature, so to speak.
Except when we see that happen, which is not circumstantial.
No, but this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Every obstruction, whether the sun, mountains, boats, buildings, whatever, that obstruction is not physical. That should tell you something. It's not physical, then it's not measurable. That's the key to the flat Earth, Larry. Trying to figure out why you want
conflating horizon and horizontal.
No, not about the horizontal. I'm just saying because what's supposed to happen at the horizon? Things are supposed to drop down, disappear bottom first.
Larry, this began with you need to establish a horizontal, he said. And then ever since then he shifted to horizon, arguing about horizon. The horizontal is not the horizon.
No, he didn't establish his horizontal plane. But look, Larry, again, this is what the hard take is for low berthers, because...
Okay, hold on a second. If I have a plumb bob and I'm 90 degrees to the vertical string of the plumb bob, is that a horizontal plane?
If you've got the two plumb bobs parallel.
No, I said one plumb bob.
No, you can't have one. You need two. 90
degrees from the singular plumb bob is horizontal. Then by using one singular plumb bob, I have established horizontal plane at the plumb bob.
Yeah, but then you need the other one to make sure that they're parallel.
No.
Chemo.
Wait. Where do you say I need the other one? That one disturbs me. You need another one. Wow, that's
No,
good.
you need the other one to make sure that they're parallel.
Well,
Make sure the plane between the two is horizontal.
And my physical measurement shows that they're, when separated by 11 miles, they're 8 minutes out of parallel by measurement. So, screw you.
Again, that can't be if the horizon's not physical.
I didn't use the horizon. At what point did I use?
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying
two plumb bobs.
Chemo, you have to be mentally fucking retarded to think that the fucking horizon's a physical place that you can get to.
No, it's a physical place where things disappear behind.
No, it's not physical.
It's not physical. It is physical.
Admittedly, you can get to it if you can mark exactly where you are, exactly where it is.
So, Larry, for example, let me try and assist you with the understanding. So, if you're a 6-foot observer, the boat disappears at 3 miles bottom first. Then the next day, it will disappear bottom first at 1 mile, and then disappear bottom first 10 miles away. Now, you didn't go higher or lower, or closer or further. You stayed in the same place, but the horizon had things disappearing bottom first at different distances. That's how you can't make measurements. So if the boat today disappears 1 mile, tomorrow 10 miles, which is your real horizon, real obstruction?
Chemo, you're a fuckwit. You're a dumb fucking cunt.
And that's why we're hated for this, because it's a quick destroyer of the globe.
No, because you're dumb as fuck. And
Because
when we get and we get banned because you cunts don't fucking understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, you need the horizon to be physical with things obstructed behind it. Like this sun with Larry just posted. He needs those buildings to be physically obstructed by the earth. And that obstruction is not physical, it's not measurable, Larry. You couldn't go and draw a line, tangent line to that point there.
You don't know what a fucking tangent line is, otherwise you'd understand how fucking gravity works and how a pressure gradient works. So shut the fuck up.
That's probably true. Mo, do you have any idea why Z on FE is deafened?
Yeah.
Does he need to be deafened? I can't hear you mumble.
Yes, he does.
Why does he need to be deafened?
Well, I mean, we'll speak about this in-house.
Wait, fuck, am I going to be deafened for no reason again?
So we need people to come here so that they can't listen?
No, that's precisely the point. No, absolutely. A good point, Kurt. Try to relay that to your friend. Very good point. So, yeah, Larry, these obstructions here giving you illusion of bottom first. Now, obviously, for years, people thought, yeah, that's what curvature is, right? It looks like it's going behind a physical location. Disappearing.
Because it is.
It's not. This is the illusion. Thank goodness for flat earthers, right? Because we've been able to...
This can all be done without going to the horizon.
No, if you wanted to measure to that point.
We don't need to measure to that point. And this can all be done without using the horizon.
No, again, because the horizon...
Yes, Larry's already described a method of showing that the plumb lines are not parallel and the horizon does not come into effect.
The horizons are
We're not
parallel.
going to be pigeonholed with your games of the horizon.
The plumb lines are parallel. Larry's just
You
using
cannot
optics and not
demonstrate
accounting for the
that.
atmosphere
No, they're
acting
not
like a
kidding, mate.
lens.
Demonstrate the plumb lines being parallel. You can't.
Oh, we need Bev for that.
Chemo, does the angular size of the sun change every single fucking day? No, it doesn't. I'm
It
sorry.
does
Like that
change. We
motherfucker.
have videos of the angular size changing. I've got a video of the sun getting smaller and smaller.
And there, okay, and there is only a couple of videos, so I would have to say, and I would have to break your heart and your soul and say that someone like me that has better technology has doctored those videos to make you think that. Because if I had the opportunity to do that, I would fucking do the same thing.
Well, I mean, we don't know how the sun works for a start. The atmosphere acts like a lens, which skews any measurements that we tried to make. And,
Okay.
Again, that horizon there is not physical. So even when Larry makes his measurements, it doesn't matter because again, once the horizon's not physical, that means there's no curvature beyond that horizon. Beyond that horizon, there's supposed to be curve. There is no curve.
Okay.
Beyond that horizon.
Okay. That's fine and great. But one thing I'm going to say about that is that, and I'm going to say with the utmost respect that I can give, is all I can give, is I heard some of you assholes teaching kids today online that the sun and moon are way smaller than they are, and that's why they see them where they are, which is a complete load of horse shit.
No, young people need to know.
No. And what I'm saying is that if you guys keep teaching kids this shit without, because you haven't proven it. Like you say, we haven't been to the moon to say how big it is. You haven't been to the moon to say that it's not a sphere.
Moon travel's not possible because the moon is just a light, not a solid object that we can.
You don't know that. On. Okay, you haven't been there to know that, so shut the fuck up.
Well, according to the Bible, it's just a light. Now, who are you going to believe?
Well,
who are you going to believe? God or the Bible? Who are you going to believe more? Who are you going to believe more?
Chemo. You're believing the Bible.
Mm.
I believe in a higher power of shit. I don't know who or how and why.
Believe more, man or God?
Hang on. No. What I'm saying is...
Man or God?
No. I don't need to say that because what I'm asking you is... You are saying you are literally believing... If you're saying God, you are literally saying that you are believing a book. A story.
I'm saying that God says it's just a light. Now you need to prove that it's not just a light and prove that it's a rock that you can land on.
You are believing a story.
No, I'm saying if God is wrong, prove that God is wrong and jump on that moon and play golf in reality like you said you did.
Chemo. Is the Bible a rock or is it a book / a story?
It's script.
Holy flying!
It's sacred text, sacred scripture. Yeah.
And did you and have you shaken Jesus' hand to confirm that he was real?
No.
Okay, so there's my point.
Oh, have you seen the globe to check it's real?
No, I haven't. But I'm not a paranoid ass ignorant little bitch to say that.
Then. So you haven't
checked to see if you want to ball. I have seen the globe to verify it's real.
Oh, here's another. Like you saw Santa.
No, you haven't.
I can look out my window and see the globe right now.
Yeah, just like you can see Santa.
No, I just get a close-up view. In fact, I've been closely scrutinizing in close detail the globe for some time. So
there's a lot. Let's get back to the main point here, right? The moon, we're told by the creator, You think your creator's going to make you and not give you instructions of what's going on? Of course he would. So you've been told that the moon is a light.
Chemo. No, hang on. Let's get back to the main instructions.
Yeah.
I haven't got
basic
them.
instructions before leaving Earth.
Have you got them?
It's basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible.
Can you relay them to me? Because I haven't got them.
Okay, and then you should have no other god, no other idol. You don't worship any, like your alcohol. You're gonna have to put that in check. Put God before your alcohol. All right. Then you get to marry a woman and then not cheat on her. Right. Then what else? Is there?
Easy.
Don't
check,
lie.
check.
Don't steal. All these things. Respect your mum and dad. Like that. Pay attention on the Sabbath. Stuff like that. All right.
What about you get unlimited weed and you get to lie your ass off till you die, Jazza? What a deal!
Yeah, and what about right at the end of the list is don't be a dumb cunt.
Right,
Is
look.
that
So
on
let's
there?
get back to the globe that doesn't exist that we're asking evidence for.
Oh, of course I wouldn't.
Jazza, what evidence do we have then?
What evidence to not be a dumb cunt?
No, like we're on a ball, spinning, flying through space. What's the evidence for that?
The fact that the sun doesn't change angular size.
How does the sun work? How does the sky work? Next, we don't know. What else do we have that prove we're on a board, spinning, flying through space?
The fact that we where are we going? What one are we on now? I'm going backwards.
Take your time, Jazza. Take your time. Got all the time in the world.
The Earth isn't in a gas pressure vacuum fucking make believe wish chamber.
No. What's the evidence for a globe that you can provide that we can look at?
This is what I'm doing. I'm going
Okay.
back. I'm going back through your arguments.
Yeah, I'm only asking. What's the best evidence you have that we're on a globe, spinning, flying through space?
Okay, well, number one would be that the sun doesn't change angular size. That would be number one. That not only proves that we're spinning, it also
sun?
proves.
I'm talking
It
about
also-
the Earth. The Earth, Jazza. The Earth.
Yes, exactly.
The Earth.
The fact. Okay, the fact that the Earth doesn't change angular size.
Yeah.
It only does if you're a fuckwit.
Thank you, Larry.
The fact that it doesn't proves that the Earth's rotating.
All right. So your
And-
best evidence for a globe spinning, flying through space is the
You just
sun
asked me,
doesn't
and now
change
you're
angular
interrupting me.
size.
And now you're interrupting me.
The sun doesn't change angular size. That's your best evidence for a globe.
That proves that that not only that we're spinning, that we're also a globe. If not, we're a fucking cylinder. We're definitely not flat. It's just basic logic. I thought you guys knew all this shit. Or did you not? Sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone.
I'm still here. 1 second.
I don't know if you're back or not, but just the simple fact that the sun doesn't change angular size or the moon means that we're rotating. The fact that they don't change angular size and go below and above the horizon means that we're a globe. We're a cylinder. I'll give you that.
How do you figure it means we're rotating?
Well, no, that's what I just said. I'm giving the dipshit the option of that it's a cylinder, but it definitely means for a globe because it happens on
didn't
angles.
ask you anything about the shape. I said, how does that tell you that we are rotating?
Because the sun and the moon don't change angular size curved. Holy
You're
fuck.
restating what you've already said. Now explain how
I'm
that
not
means
I am not
we're
fucking doing it again. I am not fucking doing it again.
You didn't do it once. You asserted it. You are wrong.
Holy
and you cannot even attempt
flying.
to defend yourself.
Fuck train curved. You make a video tomorrow and come out as the biggest flat earther, and I will debunk your asshole about it.
You do not need to be a flat earther to disagree with you, Jazza. When you say stupid things, you might get called out for it here.
What stupid thing did I get called out at?
The sun not changing angular size proves that the Earth is rotating.
It doesn't change angular size, you dumb fuck.
You're goddamn right it doesn't. How does that prove we're rotating? You fucking mong. Understand the question and answer it.
Okay, dumb fuck. If the Earth was flat, it would be getting further away, so it would change angular size. It's not science and rockets. Jesus
that
fucking
does not
Christ.
address rotation. What is wrong with you, Jazza?
No, it addresses the shape of the Earth, for fuck's sake.
That's not the question.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
You have truly pickled your brain, sir.
How, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. No,
I'm reporting this segment to Waz. He will deal with you.
how the fuck do you not understand what I just said?
Well, for one, because it's not true. That in itself does not prove that the Earth is rotating. There's something seriously wrong with you, Jazza.
No, both of the things that I said prove that the Earth is rotating and it is curved.
What both things? Both of what things? The sun not changing angular size and what?
Fuck, dude. It's fucking late. I'm not going through it again. If you can't get it, then you must be a flat earther.
Concede.
No, you must well be a flat earther. Just concede to be a flat earther. You dumb fuck.
Jazza, that is a very, very juvenile position to take.
Well, I literally don't have
You
the time.
disagree with me because I can't defend my position, so you must be a flat earther. How's that? You're overreaching a little bit here, Jazza.
I literally can't be fucked talking to you about real basic shit that you should know, but you're questioning me about it.
What should I know, Jessa? What should I know?
Just like I said, I can't be fucked talking to you about it. So,
all right. So, what is your basis for saying that proves the Earth is not rotating?
Okay, so you're coming across as a fucking flat earther. You're coming across as a flat earther right now.
No,
and
I'm not, Jazza. Stop hiding behind that.
You are.
Your inability to explain yourself because you got caught out apparently, and you don't have the first clue as to how to even go about explaining what it is that you asserted. So you're going to attack me and call me a flat earther when I could run fucking rings around you with knowledge of the globe. How about that, Jazza? If you really want to take it to that point, we can go there.
Okay, dipshit. I'll have a quick smoke and let's tussle.
Go ahead. Go bake your brain. He can't even understand the simple question. I mean, in a very convoluted and long-winded way, the sun not changing angular size can be used, to give a logical argument, I guess, that we are rotating because of what it would mean about everything rotating around us. And you've got to get into all the arguments about speed of light and trans-Neptunian objects and do Lorentz transforms negate that and whatever else, time dilation and link contraction and dark hole, convolution. It's so simple. Just don't say the sun not changing angular size proves the earth is rotating. That's just fucking stupid.
No, it is. I'm just going out for my smoke. But
go fucking light yourself on fire and get it over with.
But I agree with what you're just saying. But it doesn't change the angular size of the sun dramatically from the equator to the poles.
Cool.
Oh my God.
It's cool. It's super cool. Super cool.
Oh, you just went, oh my God. So if it is, I'm just going to fuck off. And I've got
what do you got there? You got the banana kush, Jazza? What are you going to relax with?
Oh no, just let me know if you can't handle it. And
Hi, Captain.
So apparently nobody can level up a pool table because they won't have a horizon. That was good.
Well, it's illegal to put a pool table in a room without windows, with a view of the horizon.
Yeah, so if I set up the pool table and I line the surface to be right there at the horizon, do you think the balls are going to roll downhill?
If you don't take another plumb line to the horizon to make sure that they're both parallel,
exactly,
you do run that risk.
So would that be circumstantial?
Not if you had an actual. Didn't do that, Larry. And
Circumventional. Maybe circumventional. How's that? How much did you hear, Gypsy?
You'd have tilting plumb bobs, Larry. No, that's not possible without gravity.
What's that wee shit?
Well, we both know that plumb bobs would be deviating, tilting away from one another. Never see that or experience.
Except I see that, and they tilt away from each other by 56 arc seconds per mile.
Oh.
So I don't know what the problem is.
Kimo, we're receiving reports. You're not bleeding copyrighted music through live stream, are you?
Larry, think about it like this. You've got one plumb bob at the... Go to the horizon where you're supposed to be deviating slightly, right? Tilting beyond that horizon. So you disappear beyond that 1 mile horizon, and you're going to say, look, beyond the horizon, plumb bob is tilting. Next day, that horizon moves behind that guy with the plumb bob, or where the plumb bob is, and how is it deviating now? We have a straight line of sight to it.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh no, that's a bit difficult to dig. But this is the idea, right? Is that
instead of that hypothetical, let's go real world. I'm on the Appalachian. I'm on Carac Mountain on the Appalachians, and I hang my plumb bob. And then I go over to the Cove Mountain, and I hang my plumb bob there. And then I measure the angles, and I get exactly 56 arc seconds per mile of separation, and I'm 28 miles apart. I've got a whole big fucking angle I got to deal with that's physically measured.
And if you went to the ground, you would have obstruction between. Yeah?
Oh, no, because I said I was on 2 mountain ridges. I'm
I
looking
said if you
across.
went to ground.
I'm looking across the valley.
Yeah, but if you were on the ground, on level surface.
But I'm on 2 mountain ridges in reality.
Goodness sakes, I'm
because
saying
as you said,
if you went
have
to the
topography.
ground, though, those 2 observers, there would be obstruction between. Allegedly.
Well, when I'm in the valley floor, yeah, I can't see very far along the floor, but I can see up to the mountain ridges. And from mountain ridge to mountain ridge I can see. And that's my straight line. And that's that, and the 2 verticals on the 2 mountains 27 miles apart, yeah, I got all kinds of physical measurement, not just one-offs. And that just looks like not P900 photos, but proper kit.
Well,
Just
I've
like
got to
the
try and help you again to understand, Harry.
Yeah, you could try, but
Try
you know,
again.
you're
So, we're gonna
projecting.
set up 1 plumb bob at the beach where we can see the horizon, right?
I'm not at the beach. You're not at the beach. I'm on 2 mountain
This
ridges.
is the one that we're going to do. We're going to do it at the beach.
I'm dealing with my real world, actually measured, accumulated data, not
Yeah.
hypothetical. What if? I'm on the
but
mountain.
We're trying to figure out if the Earth is curving, right? That means if I hang a plumb bob at the beach, just at the shore, where the water comes in and out.
Why are you talking about beach?
What?
Why are you talking about beaches? He said he's on a mountain.
No, we're going to the beach.
No,
No, he's on a mountain.
No, we're going to the beach instead.
Talking about beaches. No one's talking about beaches. Down with beaches. Down with beaches.
Yeah, we're going to the beach instead. We're going to put the plumb bob on the shore now, Larry. Right? This is to help Larry understand.
What do you even mean by beach? You define beach first. What is a beach?
What is the beach?
Beach first.
Is he breaking up for anyone else?
Can you demonstrate what a beach is?
A beach is where there is sand next to water.
All right, let's see it.
Let's see what, a beach?
Yes, sir.
1 second.
Like an M. Scott beach?
Yeah.
I was going to do that, send a picture.
That's funny.
So, you beat me to it, Mike. So, yeah, the idea is, lads, we're going to put the old plumb bob at the shore of the beach, by the water.
Oh, God, not back to the beaches already. We've talked about beaches enough. Let's talk about mountains now.
Then, Larry, we're going to get in the old...
Hey, Kimo, why don't you address the mountain observation, which is what we have right now we're discussing. So
I'm telling you why.
We've done beach to death, and now there's problems with
I'm
the
telling
beach.
you why we're not using
excluded from said problems. Although the beach does show the same problem.
Oh my God. I'm explaining to Larry why that mountain observation is wrong. I've got to break it down step by step so he understands the principle of what's going on here. Now, this is where you're making a mistake, Larry. Okay? Because once you set up your plumb bobs hanging, dangling at the beach, right? Then you set off in the speedboat with another plumb bob, right? And then you see the horizon. The speedboat disappears. Now, as soon as that speedboat disappears, Larry, there should be a deviation. There should be angles from the other plumb bob. They shouldn't be parallel. Right? There shouldn't be a horizontal plane too. But, Larry, what we're going to do is we're going to anchor the boat when the boat's missing. Boat's gone, can't see the boat, horizon's obstructed. Anchor the boat. You're going to calculate now for curvature. And look, it's disappeared. It's curvature. The plumb bob must be deviating. Wait till the next day or even the afternoon. Then that horizon, that obstruction, subsides, disperses, and goes behind the boat. Now what?
And now you know why we measure across terrain.
No. I've just said,
No.
even with the terrain.
Yeah.
Even with the terrain.
Yeah.
Even with terrain, same thing. Same
No,
thing,
Timo.
Larry. Same thing. If you had a flat piece of land, let's say you did it over the salt flats.
No, I'm on mountain ridges.
No. You were over the salt flats on the land.
No. Real world
No.
measurement. Real world measurement. I'm on 2 mountain ridges looking across a 600 square mile valley.
No.
And I make a whole.
You said on land, so we can go on land. We can go onto the salt flats.
Hey,
Now-
guess what? Mountain ridges, guess what? Here's the news flash. Mountain ridges are land too.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm trying to show you your errors and why you're wrong here. So you set up the plumb bob down one end of the salt flats, right? Then you get in the old Jeep, the old 4x4, right? With the other plumb bob dangling like off, like the pickup trucks where they have the wire thing hanging off. So we have 2 pickup trucks basically. 2 pickup
Hey,
trucks.
Timo, why are you so desperately avoiding the conversation that we're having?
It's the same conversation, Mike.
No, you seem to be desperately trying to avoid the question at hand.
Timo, did you do that with the pickup trucks and the salt flats? No. Did I go to 2 mountain ridges with proper theodolite kit? Yes.
No,
So
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna go-
explain to you why your mountain observation
With
is
what I
incorrect.
really did.
So we've got 2 pickup trucks. One is yellow. One is green. Visual. And then they've got like the tow truck thing dangling at the back of the truck. Right? But we're going to use a plumb bob. So we can see that when they're next to each other, they're absolutely parallel. They drive away, they're still parallel. Now, obviously, when one gets over the horizon, one will stay still. They won't both drive. One will stay still, one will drive away. One will drive away to the horizon, and then you'll say, well, look, it's disappeared over the horizon, right? Larry, is that correct? Once it's disappeared, Larry, over that...
You bored him to death, Chemo.
No, he's thinking about it. This is a big deal, Jem. So they've got to really process this argument of once that car has got over the horizon on land, has that got over curvature, or has it just gone beyond non-physical obstruction? What we find...
Hey, Kibo. I'm getting these DMs from Zet.
Connection's terrible.
Hey, Larry, let me ask you this. When you go up and look at those
Perfect connection like
mountains,
me,
do the mountains ever, like, when you look from this observation point, do they ever move up and down and disappear and change how much of them is hidden? Or are they always pretty much the same?
Say that again, please.
Is the view from the observation from the top of the mountain, does that change much day to day? Hour to hour?
Day to day, maybe 2 or 3 arc seconds. Summer to winter, maybe 8 or 9 arc seconds. Because of refraction.
You expected no.
Can you tell me how many feet that would be at the distances we're talking about?
About 3 feet.
Oh, wow. So it varies by about 3 feet.
Yeah, over 20 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, over 20 miles, yeah.
So a flea part.
Yeah, okay. The measurements I'm dealing with are in the 20-mile range, and the vertical difference is like 1,600 feet. So I'm 150,000 feet away, looking at something 1,600 feet higher, and yeah, from summer to winter, a handful of arc seconds. From day to day, a couple, which is like at the threshold of the instrument's resolution.
We're just waiting for Wixit to get in here, Jem. That's all. We're just passing the time.
Well,
obviously, when the other
so,
party
Kimo,
get in.
you have this observation that happens down by the water that changes dramatically, but at the mountaintops, it doesn't. So let's stick with the mountaintop for a little while, and actually, why don't you address what you think happened at the top
Because, like I've just tried to explain, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't work on the ground, it's not going to work above a mountain, right?
Okay, you know what? There was a really good piece of video that Taboo put up where he has a time lapse of a television's weather cam, and it's looking down on the beach, but it's kind of a wide angle camera. So it sees down on the beach, and off to the right, there's a mountain, there's a ridge, and trees very high. And through the course of the day, the beach starts to float around as the beach heats up, but the trees remain stationary. That's why we don't measure down near the water, because of the atmosphere. That's a known complication to the measurement, which is so noisy that when looking for the highest accuracy with proper kit, we get away from that environment because we don't need to measure.
We're not measuring the atmosphere there, Larry. We're measuring obstruction, physical obstruction.
We're measuring the atmosphere. Yeah, I'm trying to measure how vertical lines are not parallel. That's what I'm trying to measure, so I get into an environment which has the least complication.
I hear what you're saying. It doesn't change the fact that the horizon is not physical.
Yeah, okay. I don't give a flying fuck. Nobody cares about it.
That doesn't change the fact that
nothing
vertical lines are
beyond
not parallel.
that horizon will cause any deviation.
It doesn't change the existence of the South Pole, so I don't give a fuck.
The South Pole is a made-up place, Larry.
And there is where you are wrong, because there we have hard, physical, point-on-the-ground evidence that you just dismiss without cause.
Larry, the South is an ice wall holding the water on the Earth. How can there be a South Pole in this case?
Because nobody's been to the ice ring, and people have been to the South Pole.
No, people have been to the ice wall. They go all the time. Antarctic expedition cruises and stuff.
Yeah, and they all. Yeah, and if the cruise is heading out of South Africa, it goes due south. And if the cruise is coming out of South America, it goes due south, and they get to an exact pinpoint. They don't end up on opposite sides of the disk at different portions of the ice wall.
No, once you head south, it's a trip of no return. Unless you turn back the other way, obviously. I don't mean no return. I mean, you don't go all the way around. You have to turn back.
You just said it's a trip of no return.
I got that wrong. What I meant is that...
No, you said it's a trip of no
what
return.
I was getting at, Larry, is the fact that either when I said that, I was thinking infinite, so you go on and on and on, or if you may think there's a dome, you're going to hit the dome and turn back.
That joke got old a long time ago.
Larry, how would the water stay on without falling off?
Oh, you don't even think I'm going to engage on that.
Well, that's the point. You can't even say gravity anymore because we're going to get into which gravity and who gravity and blah, blah, blah. And that's the point, Larry. Water needs a container. That's the physics.
So what you're saying is the point is to have something infuriating to say about every topic, so you can chase people in circles like an idiot.
Well, that's his job.
Again, all we're doing is raising maximum awareness.
He's playing a shock jock. He's going to say something that triggers
all of
intentionally.
It is infuriating, Larry. All of it, from top to bottom. The dome is infuriating. The ice wall is infuriating. The horizon not being physical is infuriating. No measurements of rotation is infuriating. No science on your side is infuriating. Based on presupposition mathematically is infuriating. All of it, Larry. The whole charade is infuriating. So whatever angle we begin from is going to be infuriating. All of it. So, like I say, Flat Earth has tackled different areas, different angles, and all of it is, you Flat Earthers. You just don't understand.
Anybody want to take that cause? I'm out.
See? We expect, you guys not to last very long in this discussion.
Well, you had a professional who you could have discussed things with, but you actually
the experts are even worse than you guys. We figured out you guys are better than the experts. Because, as you say, you know how to argue with Flat Earthers. But these experts haven't got a clue. They're basically
as a point of common ground, when Bev says he believes he agrees with Ordnance Survey UK, and I say I agree with Ordnance Survey UK, and then Bev contradicts Ordnance Survey UK, and he says, why am I bringing up Ordnance Survey UK? Because Bev brought it up first, and then I show him the documentation, and I was laughing my ass off when the Ordnance Survey UK on Twitter addressed Bev personally and said, hi, Bev, when we make our maps, we account for the curvature of the Earth. And then Bev says, well, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, I am of the opinion now. The experts are not even like. I mean, if you're the expert, Larry, you're just spiraling. You're not listening. You're not understanding. You're going with your own supposed idea of gravity, of curvature, and you know.
We both seen the Starlink trains.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. There you go. They weren't there. They weren't there a couple years. They weren't there a year ago. We saw them we saw the rocket launch, and then they suddenly show up. And the fact they're in a train gives us
in the
a
sky, Larry. No big deal. It's not a marvel.
Yeah, and including the polar orbiting Starlink train. Polar orbiting.
I mean, what would be good if that had cameras on it, looking at the Earth, and we could see it uncut, going all the way around, and that would be something.
They're not trying to satisfy you.
Well, they need to, because what we're about to do is change the way young people see the world. You don't want them growing up in a world where they think they're moving, spinning, flying through space, curving without any evidence whatsoever.
And that is precisely why your verbal graffiti and educational vandalism triggers.
Again, it's not aimed to trigger, it's aimed to raise awareness. A lot of people don't know about this yet, Larry, especially the next gen. Not aware of the lie that they're about to enter into. And that's just the way it is, Larry. Now, obviously, you've been taught a certain way, and you want to hold on to that. Understandable. But you're going to be pressed on this if you're going to take it as fact, as truth. We ask questions that are going to be uncomfortable. You are uncomfortable. Most globe earthers are uncomfortable because it's all designed to make you feel uncomfortable. Okay, you know, all we've got to do is ask simple questions, and if they trigger you, then that's not our fault. No, that's your fault. You should be able to deliver information, evidence, on tap. 500 years. And you have nothing to provide proof of a globe. In some kind of parallel universe here. Yet how to present evidence? It's like a Mandela effect. Strange has happened. So,
you didn't present any evidence, so obviously you never knew how to present evidence.
No flat earther was ever presented evidence. They went out themselves, verify if 3959 is true individually. No one has like a map or a model or measurement, but look how many millions of flat earthers are without any evidence. Now, what you call evidence is not evidence also. We're in the same boat. None of us have any evidence of where we live. None of us can provide proof, measurement. And that's why we're happy to say this. Like, you don't get into any trouble then. It's the truth. We don't know.
Are you saying I don't have measurements?
No, you don't have empirical measurements. You have calculations based on.
How many measurements will define an empirical data set?
You just need one measurement just to show that there is a physical curvature.
Okay, I have like 100. Okay, move on.
Again, based on the others. I have 2 plumb bobs as well. Just one, you said. One plumb bob is not going to tell you anything. 2, show that they're parallel, and then figure out if
I have to, and when I measure that they are not parallel, then I say, there you go, Chemo, empirically measured evidence.
No, again, it's like looking at an optical illusion. You think you're making measurements. Illusion. Anything beyond 3 miles for the server.
Not across mountaintops and ridges and valleys.
Yeah, even those are.
Oh, you're incorrect on that. The refraction is very minor.
It's old-fashioned but modern. So we just want a practical physical measurement. We don't need to calculate. And if you can't do that, just say we can't do that, and then that's it. We move on, and then we're all in the same position.
Okay, you can take my measurements and do the calculation to show me where the error of my way.
Got only one plumb bob. How many times?
No, I told you I had multiple plumb bobs hanging all over the place.
Go on then, give us a look at these plumb. What I mean? That's why flat earthers don't make wild claims like that, Lazar. You know, if we start saying, oh, we know how high the dome is, we know how wide, how tall and how big the wall is, he's going to be like all over us, demanding. You know, so that's why we don't do those, make those mistakes, right?
So you revel in not having evidence.
Yes, because it's like it should show you, the glober, that that's not needed. It's not necessary this moment because it was never given to you in the first place. No evidence was ever given to you. Just somebody's idea, impression of what they think it is, and that's not evidence. Somebody's idea. So it's not about evidence. It's all about psychology. You guys have been indoctrinated. So you need to become unindoctrinated. Therefore, you will see, obviously, but at the moment, blinded by what's going on. You're insistent that you haven't been lied to.
You're blinded by the evidence. You
Not
fool!
evidence.
Just take speculation instead.
Not evidence. It's one's idea. Never thought of the globe itself. Given to you.
I'm verified.
Someone said, here are some pictures. This is what it looks like. This is how big it is. We're like, yeah, I guess so. You're telling us
Yeah, I'm verified.
But then
you verified
they didn't
it.
realize, or you didn't realize that we would be about questioning. Well, hold on a second. Those pictures are in where? Where? Space? What? What is space? Give us space. Oh wow, it's we don't know. It's something that NASA tells us it's a vacuum. What? A vacuum next to that gas? How's that gas next to that vacuum? Oh well, that's easy. That's gravity. Gravity? Well, what on earth is that? Oh well, that's a pulling force. A pulling force? It just gets worse and worse. A pulling force?
Are we listening to a puppet show? Shouldn't you be live streaming so that we can see the puppets?
So that's what it is, Curb. It's like a circus.
A puppet show. Okay.
Go
ahead. Most entertaining. Carry on.
Kimo, you made it a positive claim because the measurement.
Lie upon
Let
lie.
me see.
Okay?
One
so like
second,
I said, then we end
Kimo.
up with gravity. Now, which gravity?
Kimo. The measurements are an illusion. You made it a positive claim.
Measurements are an illusion.
Yes, this is what you have been claiming.
Larry's are an illusion.
No, Kimo. Larry measurements are exactly like all the people are measured. So, do you have something to back up your claim? Because it's an illusion.
Yes, the black swan.
No, it's not what you think it is. Because that black swan is full of. So, let me explain to you something. We have open windows. Kimo.
Right.
We have open windows when we do measurements. That black swan is not inside of the open window. We can do calculations. We can do measurements. We can do measurements. We can do calculations. Kimo, shut up for a second. So that's not an open window, Kimo. That's exactly what's the difference of the open window and what is going to happen if you go there to do pictures or measurements on extremely atmospherical conditions. That's black swan, Kimo.
Ah, Mishu is back.
How you establish, for example, if you can do measurements during a day, from your point of view?
Look, Decodus. You're suffering from incredulity, yes?
No, Kimo,
And,
stay with the subject. Kimo, stay with the subject. How you establish if you can do measurements in that day over a surface of water?
So you got a platform
How?
that you know is 10 miles away, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, if I'm this height, like 1 foot, the horizon should be this far, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what you do is you calculate, you presuppose that the Earth is 3959.
No, Kimo,
Then you do
I
a bit
have
of
asked you.
geometry.
I have asked you specifically how you calculate an open window. If you can do, if it's how you calculate. Sorry, my English is very bad.
Presuppose you on a ball.
No, Kimo. It's about the atmospherical conditions, Kimo. We are living in the Earth with atmosphere. So, in your point of view, every measurement, it's an illusion. In your point of view, but it's not. It's absolutely
Listen
not.
up,
You have made it a
Decodus.
positive claim. Can you back up your claim? Because every measurement, it's an illusion.
Decodus. All right?
No, right? What?
The horizon there is not physical. You understand?
The horizon
Physically.
always is gonna be physical, depending on the atmospherical conditions. Depending on the atmospherical conditions, where is gonna be during your measurement in that day. It's easy like that. Don't do her, don't do he.
You're a sufferer.
I'm not a sufferer. You are an intruder.
I'm here for you. That's what I'm saying. You're
things.
suffering.
No, you
Larry,
you
you're
are
doing the same
falsifying.
thing as well.
You are falsifying. You are falsifying things with
right?
words, Kimo. You're falsifying things with words without knowing how to do basic
All right, look,
stuff.
let's try again then, Decodus. Listen to my my example. You're at the beach with a plumb bob. Yes?
No, Kimo.
Look at
I
this
talk
picture
about
by,
atmosphere.
Tiny
I'm
Horse.
talking about atmosphere.
Look at
So
this
you
picture
have
by Tiny Horse.
Kimo. You have been implied Black Swan. What was
Yeah,
the
but take a
conditions
look at
during
this
that
picture
day?
by,
What was the conditions during that day to do on those
It
pictures?
doesn't matter about the conditions if you listen to what I'm
Oh
saying.
my God, it's matter. Everything is
Conditions
matter
are
when you're living in the
irrelevant.
atmosphere.
Conditions are irrelevant.
What
Look
are you
at this
talking
picture
about, Kimo?
by Ugly Tiny Horse. This blue ball here, right? See it in the chat?
Yes, I see it.
Gonna
So
help you out
What's
now.
with that? What's
Right,
with that?
let's say now you're at the top of that ball with a plumb bob, right? Where that black arrow is in the middle there, right? You understand?
Right.
You understand there, Decodus?
Yes, Kimo, carry on, because
Right.
you're rubbish
Then you
again.
can see there's a red arrow around 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. Go 1 o'clock. But you got your plumb bob in the middle at 12 o'clock. You walk around the ball, your plumb bob is going to deviate like the red line. Right?
Who told you? Because the plumb bob is going to deviate like the
red line.
like the light path. The light path doesn't mean nothing to the plumb bob, Kimo. Who told you something like that?
Okay.
Try to what? Try to what, Kimo? You're implying because the light is gonna affect the plumb bob.
No, not light. We're just talking physical plumb bob, physical Earth, right? Where that black arrow is, got one plumb bob there. You're gonna walk away from that guy with another plumb bob in your hand, or on a device, on a truck, so it's stable. Now, on your ball, that other plumb bob start to tilt, like and deep, right? But what I'm trying to explain to you. Let's say the plumb bob, where that you're looking at the picture, yeah? You see the picture. Let me post it again.
I see it. It's on my face. Carry on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So now let's say the red and the black arrows are together. The red arrow walks away, or sails away, or drives away, whatever you want. Disappears beyond the horizon.
My friend.
Apparent or geometric, both.
My friend.
It disappears beyond the geometric and apparent horizon. It's got two horizons.
You're rubbish. You're rubbish again. Shut up. So that line that you see it is the light. Is the line of the light. It doesn't have nothing to do with your plumb bob that you're imagining.
No,
because
I know.
behave.
I'm just using it as an example. That's all. I know,
No. You're using it to trick the measurements to imply
I'm
something
saying
that is not happened.
Once the red plumb bob is beyond the horizon, that means it's around the Earth curve. Yeah. Is that clear?
No, Kimo, you're implying something that is not happened.
So the black plumb bob is at the beach, right? At the beach, and then the other plumb bob is going across the water or over the Salt Lake Flats, whatever you want, land or water, right? So
Okay.
now the plumb bob, the red one, should deviate.
And is deviating. Do you have something to exemplify that's not deviating?
Right, now we're talking. Finally. Now. So, let me show you this image. My favorite one.
Kimo, how you measured because the plumb bob it have been deviated?
Memento, I'm going to show you. Okay, here we go. So, take the plumb bob out beyond that horizon on the left.
Kimo, that's not an open day to do measurements, Kimo.
No.
What are you implying again, Black Swan? I have explained it to you. Okay, tell me what was the index of refraction during that day?
It doesn't matter about the refraction.
It's a fucking matter.
It doesn't matter because we're measuring. We're doing physical measurements here.
Kimo, 3 days ago, your friend.
If you're building a house, you don't take into refraction, do you?
1 second. 3 days ago, your friend Witset have been coming with an example of some mountains. Without taking the refraction in context, it's very true. You are not able to see the mountains.
No, but we're building something.
But
we're
1
establishing
second.
our horizontal.
Kimo, can I explain to you something?
Yeah.
But when you apply, I have been done that calculations manually. I didn't use Earth calculator or something like that. When you're applying the 0.4, it was 0.4. I didn't put more as index of refraction. I have a rise up of 0.2144 degrees. Rise up. So those 2144 degrees that have been on that distance, if I remember it well, there have been some 600 and some miles, some feet, 600 and some feet.
Right.
So don't talk bullshit with a guy who can calculate the index of refraction and the objects that are gonna rise up in the distance. So don't sell bullshit to a guy who can calculate. So let's go back.
Okay, so look, the general idea.
If the index of refraction in that picture, it have been 0.4, in the Black Swan. The level, I don't know the distance. I really need the distances to calculate exactly how much is gonna rise up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is gonna be raised up. So go in an open day when the index of refraction is very close to 0. Yeah, don't put for you to be very easy to calculate. That's extrapolate the 1, because you can put 1.1 or 1.04, 1. Blah blah. Extrapolate the 1. Stay with the 0. Stay with the 0, and you're gonna have fucking hell the effect that you needed on the Black Swan.
Absolutely.
It's easy like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Absolutely.
And that one that you're showing and you apply it to everybody is not an open window to do the measurements.
Yeah.
I can go in any place on the Earth when atmospherical conditions are creating a lot of refraction, and I'm gonna have effects like the Black Swan all day long.
So look, I've got this other Black
No,
Swan.
Kimo is not okay. Kimo is not okay. How you gonna explain to me how you gonna establish? Because how you gonna establish? Because establish for me in calculation. Establish to me physically how you gonna calculate the plumb bob deviations from a plumb bob to another.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
No, you didn't. You didn't try. You have inputted again. You have inputted refraction in the conditions, atmospherical conditions. This is not a calculation. This is something that is showing because you don't know nothing about measurements. So how you can calculate the deviation from a plumb bob to another?
So look, let's pay attention. Larry, this is for you as well. Alright? This is where the Black Swan is about to eviscerate any globe argument. So now we know if we have the plumb bob on the beach at 1 foot, dangling 1 foot, and then we take another plumb bob out to 1 mile, there's 1.22 miles, there should be the physical geometric horizon there, and any movement beyond that point will have more and more deviation. You understand that, Larry, now?
Why 1.22 is the physical horizon?
Larry, let that sink in, right?
No. I'm talking. You're talking with me right now. Why on 1.22 miles is the physical horizon?
Yeah, because we're establishing a horizontal plane between the 1 foot observer and 1.2
No,
miles.
Kimo, we are not working with 1 foot observer, Kimo.
Yes, we are.
No. 1 foot observer
Or
is,
even an 8 foot
you
observer.
Don't, Kimo. You don't work with extreme angles, Kimo. 1 foot observer is gonna give you always extreme angles. Extreme angles are errors in calculations.
No, you're missing the point here.
Kimo, stop with the stupid games.
You're missing the point.
Do you know what is an extreme angle in calculation?
Look,
Can you establish for me? Can you calculate for me 0.001? Can you calculate for me 0.001 deviation in angle? Yes, because fucking hell, we are doing calculations on everything.
No, we're not
can
talking
you
about
calculate for me 0.001 the angle of deviation?
We're not talking about calculations. We're talking about
yes, you're talking about calculations here.
Where one plumb bob is at the beach, and then another plumb bob 1.22 miles away.
No, Kimo, it's not 1.22
beyond
miles.
That point.
On 1 foot observer is not one.
And when we find curved water, and Larry,
Kimo,
let this sink in, guys. I know you're
stop
listening
with the
here
bullshit.
now in this moment. That plumb bob should be deviating after the 1.22 miles. But what we find is that we can take our plumb bob level, parallel at 1 foot, all the way to 10 miles beyond. I mean, if we hang those plumb bobs off those platforms, one day they're covered by allegedly Earth curve and deviating, and then the next day we can see the plumb bobs and they're not deviating. To make your mind up, Larry and Curve. Let that sink in.
What he's found. He's found this. Never once has even remotely come close to finding any of this. He simply spewed this out of his speaking ass.
No, well, you understand the principle. Good.
The principle of you lying? Yeah, we understand.
Well, I've ruined your life. I've ruined your work here.
Jedi is not to be trusted. No one but
Lives are
observers.
ruined with these statements here because the plumb bob, Larry and Curved, you now know, after 1 mile, should be deviating. Right? Tilting. Slightly. Measurable. Whatever you want. So, 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, there should be even more deviation. 5 miles, 6 miles, even more.
How much, jackass?
I don't know. Larry can work it out.
Well, you found them to deviate, so how much did you find them to deviate?
The most important thing for me is that you understand the principle.
Oh, Chemo caught out line again.
No,
this is so boring.
And we're waiting for Larry to catch up now.
Bye.
So Larry, you're going to catch up and understand what Curve now understands.
No, Kimo, you don't understand nothing. Fucking hell, you cannot calculate the deviations of Lambda. You don't have a method to calculate those things. Do you have a method?
The point decoders.
No, I'm not missing the point. I'm missing you.
That plumb bob.
I'm missing your stupidity. Yes, that's very true. To miss your stupidity is very true.
Deviating after 1.22 miles, if like being parallel
Kimo,
with the plumb.
Nobody's measuring from 1 foot observer. Extreme angles, they're gonna have errors in measurements.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Where's the deviation
exactly.
between the two plumb bobs over 10 miles? No deviation whatsoever.
Who told you something like that? Okay, explain to me how you have gathered this conclusion. What calculation have you done it? What measurements have you done it if there are no deviations?